Okay, Newlanders, now I know that I start a lot of newsletters with look over my shoulder, but I'm going to start exactly the same, because over my shoulder you'll see something quite mysterious, and in that little recess above the pre-nursery area is a nest, and inside that nest, it doesn't look like it, but there are two owls who've probably been at the school for years, who only ever come out at night, and we've only seen recently. So hopefully in future we'll be able to give you a bit of live footage of the owls. So I will say welcome on that note to the June newsletter. It's going to be slightly different because this time, for the closing of the year, we have two special guests. So let's take them upstairs, go into the studio and find out all about the news for June. Okay, so once again, welcome to the June newsletter. It's been a little while since I last spoke to you, but a lot's happened in this period, and it's good news, and we only want to talk about good news about Pakistan. And so I think finally we can see, a bit like sailors clinging to the mast of a ship in a storm, a very, very long storm, we can finally see the clouds parting and the sun coming up, and the possibility, emphasis on a final end to COVID sometime towards the end of the year. Now, on the note of good news, it's great to see the introduction of the vaccinations, and I can say that I had a fantastic experience when I went down to the PKLI Institute about 2 weeks ago, had my first dose. I was in and out in 20 minutes. The staff were very professional, very efficient, very helpful, and it's great that Pakistan is proceeding with such a fantastic vaccination schedule for the population. That's great news. A couple of dates that I will just give you is that on the 7th of June, we hope to have the entire school back in on the hybrid, 50% teaching physically at the school and 50% at home. Fridays will continue to be off, and the 25th, Friday the 25th of June, is the last day of term for students. Now, before that, on Wednesday the 23rd of June, we have our dance-off and house cup presentation that will be going ahead physically with all the SOPs observed in the auditorium. Now, let me just go back to this issue that I brought up downstairs and a minute ago, and that's about the good news. How often do we hear good news about Pakistan? Now, very rarely, it seems to me, and I think we're all tired of what we hear about Pakistan that's not positive. So from now on, we are going to emphasise what is good about Pakistan and why we're proud to be here and why you are proud to be Pakistanis. Now, on this note as well, I would like to say that our two special guests that I'm going to introduce in a minute are going to act as ambassadors, not just for Newlands, which we think is important, but even more important, they are going to act as ambassadors for Pakistan, because at some point, obviously, our Newlanders leave school and they will, many of them, go abroad, and of course this will be the first impression that many foreigners will get of Pakistan and Pakistanis. And we now have students of such good quality, amazing conduct, that I would be proud to take to any school around the world. And so they will be our ambassadors for not just Newlands but Pakistan. So let me introduce you to these very fine young gentlemen. Okay, so let me just first emphasise that I've had my vaccination, so I'm safe, and so we've taken off our masks. And here we have my very special guests. Would you like to look in the camera and introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Masif Khan from Class 5A. So I'm Reeb Ahmed Khan from class 7G.
Okay, now Reeb, I understand you're going on a very long journey. Where are you going?
So we're going to the United States.
Okay, well that sounds exciting. And so, but first of all, before we get to that, tell me about your experiences of Newlands. How long have you been at Newlands?
So we've been in Newlands for about 7 years. This is the 7th year, which we're doing right now at the moment.
Okay, great. And what's been your favourite subject, do you think, Aham?
My favorite subject has been math.
Okay, and why is that?
Because I have a very nice teacher and she explains stuff very nicely.
Okay, great. So you find it interesting and it's enjoyable, is it?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's nice to hear. And now, Reeb, you've been here, you're a little bit older, and you're also studying with the IB. What do you like about the IB system?
So the IB system doesn't just impact you on education, but also impacts your sports and other co-curricular activities, so you can also improve in those. We have many sports clubs and regular clubs, so if you're not towards education as much, you can have other choices. It gives you various options as well, except that I have had many friends and teachers come and went by, and it's been an amazing journey.
Oh, that's interesting. And do you think it's made you both more confident?
Yeah, definitely more confident, because at the start of school I used to be very shy, but I met many different friends, and soon then I also became the prefect in grade 5, and it just boosted up the confidence from what I had before.
Great. And what types of public speaking opportunities does the IB curriculum provide?
Based on whatever you want, we have many different events in Beaconhouse, Newlands, so you can participate in many different events and do what you want. You can do poem writing, you can do speeches, you can talk about different stuff, you can share presentations. As on a Friday, which was our old routine, we all used to gather up in the auditorium that we have, and we all used to meet up and discuss many different things. So it's a great opportunity to meet up with everybody.
Great. Okay. So moving ahead to your future then, and what do you think? Now we talked, didn't I, in the beginning of the video about what the good things are about this great country we live in. So what is it that you think you'll really miss about Pakistan? Give us one answer.
I'll miss my friends and the teachers, this whole school.
Okay, you'll miss the whole school. Oh, great. What about you, Reeb?
Except the school, I'll definitely miss. Except that my family that lives here, especially that, and the extent we can live our culture and our tradition compared to how we can in other countries is a very huge thing that's close to me, of being able to connect with my family in a much better and more extent way.
Great. All right, well let me mention something that we all enjoy that you might miss. What's your favourite Pakistani food?
Biryani.
Biryani. Okay, that might be not so easy to get when you're in the United States. Reeb, what about you? Favourite food?
Halim, I guess. Yeah.
Anything else?
No. Otherwise, everything's equal.
You'll get it all cooked at home.
Yeah,
still.
rice and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, we wish you all the best, boys. And I know that something very important to us here at Newlands is conduct and behaviour. You're outstanding examples of what it means to be a Newlander, and I think we'll be very proud to have you as ambassadors for our school. We will be sending more students abroad, but we're going to do it differently because we will be establishing more overseas trips. I'm not going to say too much about this at the moment, but we do have plans for this in the next session. So I will be sharing that news with you soon. So I'll say thanks very much, boys. We'll wish you all the best, and you will certainly, one, be missed here, and secondly, welcome back anytime you want to come back to Newlands. So all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks very much, boys. I know that you'll be rushing off home and packing your suitcases excitedly, but also missing your second home, which is Newlands. So final couple of news items for you is that there's a big event coming up on September the 13th, because September the 13th, which is a Monday, is Newlands' 10th birthday party. So we will have a number of events to celebrate our birthday, and I think probably 1 or 2 parties are appropriate, but also we have a number of members of staff that have actually been here since the school opened. Not actually, in fact, not only since, but before it opened, and they've been here 10 years. And we've got students that have also been here that length of time. So we'll be celebrating our birthday on Monday the 13th of September. We look forward to that. It's going to be very exciting. And just to finish up, we've now got 1,080 subscribers to our Newlands TV channel on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please sign up, subscribe, friends and family. That would be wonderful if we can meet and reach 1,100 subscribers. That's our next little target. We're working on the yearbook, and we'll let you know how and when that's going to be available and what the final cost will be. So I'll say thank you very much for the edition of the June newsletter, and I hope you have a very good summer holiday. You stay safe and you get the vaccinations, and we are, from what I'm hearing, about the possibility of some good news about the reopening of school on the 16th of August. So I'll give you some more news on that later. Thanks very much.